Hey,
It's
everybody. Oh, it's kombucha,
kombucha.
so it's not alcohol.
It's not alcohol.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back. Welcome back to the Reseller Rundown. My name is Matt, if this is the first time you guys are watching.
And I'm Anylu, or Henry's Hangers, over on Instagram.
I thought you were going to say Henry's Tacos, because we have a place in our neighborhood here called Henry's Tacos, and it's, like, famous. Anyways.
You'll have to take me there.
Okay, so let's just get right into it. We're going to do the thing we usually do and say our favorite sale of the week and then our highest priced sale of the week and why it's our favorite. So,
okay.
Do you want to start?
No, I'll let you start.
Okay, so I didn't have the most crazy sales week. Hey, Trish, how are you? What? You know who Trish is? Trish Van 99.
What are you talking about? I was on her live, you dummy.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I'm Trish Van. I'm so okay, so my favorite sale of the week was probably I got 2 returns this week on items over $50 because I made the mistake. My favorite sale was probably a pair of Aldo shoes for $28, and they were my favorite because they were old shoes my brother had, and they were super, super dirty, and they were literally like trash. They were like I was selling trash. And I cleaned them up enough to sell them for $28. I would say that's a pretty good accomplishment. I sold trash on the internet for $28. And then my highest price sale, you can hear a plane in the background because my windows are thin in my new apartment. And then my highest price sale was on eBay. And you do your favorite sale, and then I'll say my highest price.
Okay, I think my favorite sale, I'm looking at them right now. Probably, I don't know how to say this brand, but it's Sanuk, S-A-N-U-K, or Sanuk.
That's right. You said it right. You said it right.
But
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, so I don't know what it is about this brand, but every time that I find something from them, it doesn't sell super high, but it always sells like within a day. So I sold like these little like slip-on loafers. Like I listed them at night, and then in the morning they had already someone sent an offer. So I love picking that brand up because it's always like such a super quick sale. So that was my favorite.
I'm gonna change my favorite to something else that's similar. The reason I got this paint splattered hoodie at the bins, and literally again trash. You're gonna be quaking in your footsteps right now. Are you ready? So yeah. This hoodie, can you kind of see it? So it has random paint splatters all over it, and it says "Believe in the front." Just like disgusting paint splatters, not even creative. And I got it at the bins, and I listed it for $40, being like, YOLO, it's probably gonna sell for $10, but I'll leave it up. And it sold the next day for $40 on eBay. I guess that just tells you places that are branded. I guess it just tells you that places that are branded with a place or a name, whoever's from that place will buy it, you know? But yeah, my highest dollar. Oh, go ahead. Sorry, we're delayed.
I was just going to say that it has to be like from a place that's popular though, because not just like because it's from a place it's going to sell. Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, imagine it's from like a tiny town in Texas that no one knows about. It's probably not going to sell.
Yeah, exactly.
But my highest price sale was a pair of sweatpants for $80, and they were Adidas collaboration with Jeremy Scott. And they were a pair of orange sweatpants like that, and they have floral on the sides of them.
Who was the collaboration with?
It was Adidas and Jeremy Scott. That's a huge bolo for everyone. I've sold like 5 things from that brand, and they were my items that I used to own, so it wasn't like I sourced them, but they're crazy expensive retail, like insane, like $200 for a pair of sweatpants. So
I've never heard of that name, so I guess that's a good thing. That's a good one to look out for. My highest sale, I think I actually had a bunch of like really low dollar sales. I think my highest sale was a pair of booties, which is kind of weird because we're going into spring, but that's okay. It was a pair of Paul Green, just leather booties, and I sold them for like $45, which isn't that high, but that was my highest one this week so far.
I mean, if you think about your average cost, imagine it comes out to that. Like, that's pretty good. But I don't know, because you said you have other lower dollar sales, so it averages out lower then, right?
Yeah, but I mean,
I want to talk about, like, it's a delay.
yes. Can you pause for a second?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, anyways, what were you gonna say? Go.
I was saying, like, I'd be interested to know different kinds of peoples with different business models, different, like, average, amount, like, per sale. What's that number called?
The your average. What do you mean? What are you talking about?
Cost of sale. Cost of
Cost
your
of
average,
goods?
not cost of goods. Your average sale price sold. I don't know if there's a name for
Your
that.
average. I think it's just called your average sale price, right? Or is there like a special term? Does anybody know? Comment. I don't know what Matt's trying to talk.
Yeah, comment
say.
if that's the thing.
It
Yeah,
is a thing.
I'm trying to still learn terms. I'm still trying to learn terms like peplum top and stuff like that. So, average sale price. I'm embarrassed.
Yeah. What did I say?
Average cost of goods. I think you said. You're totally wrong.
Everyone's like, guys, why
Wait,
are we
guys.
listening to you guys? They all know what it is, what you were trying to say. Anyways, yeah. I don't even remember how. Well, I guess it just depends. Like, I know some people won't pick stuff up unless they're gonna make like a bunch of money off of it. But my sourcing here
I used
isn't.
to be like that.
Well, but you're in LA. Like, I feel like the stuff that you source is actually like you have a lot of variety what you can source. Like, we're not in like I'm not in like a fashionable like city, if that makes sense.
Yeah, no, I get that. It's definitely like, but it also is hard at the same time too, because when you have like better stuff, you also have 47 times more trash as well, you know? So that just means more time searching and more effort. And I'm not complaining because I know I have like stuff at my disposal that a lot of other people in different areas don't. But like you have to think about it also like this, like just for that one good item, there's going to be like 1,700 pounds of trash as well, more than, you know what I'm saying?
No,
So
I
I
know
think
what
about
you're
it like
saying,
that.
I think that everybody goes through like 17,000 pounds of trash, but we never find like the good brands, you know? Like we'll find good brands, but we never find like your brands, like the brands that you find.
I bought a jacket at a thrift store near my mom's house like a few weeks ago. It's St. John, and I bought it for $38, which is paying up AF. But a St. John jacket, I listed it for $600 because it retails for something crazy like $1,400. So that's like an example. But most of the stuff I get in LA, I pay up for. You know, because I'm the kind of person. A lot of people's business models, they don't feel comfortable with be paying above bins prices for anything, regardless of brand. I'll pay $60 for a Veronica beard blazer if I make 300 in an instant.
Right. Well, some people just
but it
don't
also
have.
depends on what capital you have.
Yeah, like some people don't have that money flow. Trisha said that her average cost of goods is like 24. I think Trisha, mine is around there. I think mine is like 25, something like that. I think I don't have a very high
You said
one.
her average cost of goods?
No, sorry, her average sales
Or her
price.
average sales price?
Yeah, her average sales price is 24, which I think is pretty average. No, I think that's pretty average.
I think mine's like around 30, but I haven't done it in a while. I haven't like actually calculated it in a few months, which is bad. But I want to start trying to stay on top of my numbers better, which brings us to the episode. What we're talking about today mainly is keeping up with our books and how we do it and what we're doing and what we're doing bad and mostly what Matt is doing
wrong. Do you want to start with how you like keep track of your books?
Yeah, so my books are heavy. They're ripped. There was a leak in my basement, so they smell like mold. Like my books have been through a lot. But I'm so stupid. I have to turn everything into an incredible joke. So I just was in an Excel sheet that would do item by item by item. And I was doing pretty good at that for a while, but the past few months, I really haven't logged all the items, and like I've been pretty bad at it. And then I was like, I'm gonna download and buy monthly QuickBooks because I heard you can do inventory. So I bought the level where you can do inventory. I still haven't sat down and learned how to do it. So I've just been paying it for it last month without even really using it. So my goal for this week, after we do this episode today, is to really sit down and like take it seriously, because I know I'm going to regret it at the end of the year. Like, I know this is our first tax season as like resellers, like actual doing shit resellers. But yeah, so that's where I'm. Yes.
So what would you say is like, so what have you been doing with all of that inventory that you've gotten? So is like, you don't have any record of it, or how are you keeping track of it if it's not on Excel?
I have receipts, but for a minute I heard somebody doing, I think it was Julia. I think Julia, who's watching right now, she's in the chat. Everybody go follow each other. Comment your things, by the way. But
yeah, comment your closet.
She was saying that like she's not going to do item by item. She's going to make basically just like keep all the receipts for all this whatever sourcing she's done. And I know a few people do this. And at the end of the month, just take that month's thrifting out of it. But the problem I have with that is that there's some months where I don't thrift at all, and there's some months where I thrift a ton. So imagine like a November, you thrift a ton, and then you take that out of your sales. But for the other 3 months, you don't know how much that item made technically. And I guess that's okay if you source a ton and grow your volume, and at the end of the year it balances out. But for somebody who has at least less than 1,000 items, I don't think that's practical.
Yeah.
Or who doesn't plan on growing their business like 5,000 plus. So I don't know what I'm going to do yet, you know? So I'd like to get some input on what you guys are doing. Anylu, take it away.
Kind of comment down. I keep trying to say below, but it's on the side of us. So comment what you guys do to keep track. For me, from the very beginning, I use just an Excel sheet. I know a lot of people like Google Docs and stuff like that. I just use like the most basic Excel sheet, and the things that I keep track of are, you know, the description of the item, the size, and what I paid for it, and then what it sold for. For me, it gives me peace of mind to know that I can keep track of every single item. And so it would drive me insane to just like keep receipts, because sometimes I buy stuff like for my personal home or for myself, like on that, you know, haul, things like that. Mm-hmm. It just would drive me crazy. I'm a very like data driven person. That's what I do for my full-time job. And so what I do is that whenever I go like and buy stuff, I bring it home, I input it, and then I hang it up, and then I take pictures. So it's kind of like the first thing that I do. And then now during tax season, it's going to be super easy to just like, I know exactly how much I've spent on supplies, on subscriptions, such as tools like List Perfectly or anything else like that. Like, and all that stuff is like in my Excel. And so all I have to do is highlight and see exactly how much I've spent, how much I've made. And I think that it just takes like the whole like going backwards in tax season off of my shoulders, if that makes sense. Did you pause, Matt? I think he froze, guys. Are you there?
Back?
Yes, you're back.
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Am I blurry?
A little tiny bit, but it's okay. You look fine.
Cool.
So Trisha said, Excel doesn't like me. I use Airtable. I've never even heard of Airtable. What is that, Trisha? Have you heard of that, Matt?
Oh, it's definitely better than Excel. I'm sick of Excel. I was using Excel up until a few weeks ago. Yeah.
So I think like if you want to keep it super basic, like for me, because I'm part-time, I don't see myself like growing this so hugely that I need to use like some of the more professional spreadsheets. Like I think there are better spreadsheets than Excel, but Excel works for me now just fine because I'm just like so little. I only have 500 items. And so, you know, like what could go wrong in my eyes, like through Excel?
Now that you said that, your Excel is going to blow up.
I know, all of a sudden I'm going to have like 5,000 items. No. My Excel, you know, sometimes though, I get mad at Excel and I just wish it could like read my mind. But I get mad at technology like every day, so.
Hey, Michelle. She's in town, breaking it down. She just joined the chat.
Rebel Rose said.
Yeah.
Her comment. Okay, keeping receipts. I think that's what a lot of people do is they just keep receipts. I still keep my receipts just in case, but once like I come home, I don't use my receipts after that. Because like for Goodwill and stuff, I don't know about your guys' Goodwill or thrift stores, but for mine, they don't really write down the item, right? Like if I don't do it that moment, I don't freaking know what that was for. That $8.99, $5.99, whatever, like it's out of my mind, right? So if I look back in 3 months, that receipt is like useless to me because how am I gonna know what it was pertaining to, right?
Also, Rebel Rose, I'm gonna message you and stuff because I really want to get your input on like what you do just to keep receipts. Because I'm still because I know me as a person and I do want to keep track of every item. But I think I also might end up going the route of just doing that because that might work for me the best and the way my mind works. So I might just start doing the receipts thing as much as I want to keep track of every item. Like you said, you're a data person, Anylu. But so yeah, everybody definitely sound off in the comments and keep doing what you're doing. But I definitely want to learn from you guys too, because seriously, I am the farthest from a good bookkeeper.
Yeah, I think that's the one thing that I've been pretty good at. Like I have yet, and like knock on wood and like cross my fingers, I have yet to like lose an item or something like that. That gives
lucky.
me anxiety. I feel like that's the worst thing that can happen to you. So Rachel said the thing about credit cards.
Oh, let me go back to that. Yeah, I want to start doing that too. I have to get a separate card.
Yeah, so I did open so that was my plan at the beginning. I did open a savings and a debit card for my reselling purposes. And I actually do keep all of my earnings are linked to that savings because I just want to know like how much I'm really making in case I fuck something up in my Excel. But for my purchases, I still use everything on a credit card because I want the points. And a checking card doesn't give you points.
Wait, but
and I'm
you
obsessed.
Have a separate credit card for your. Do you use your personal credit card?
I use my personal credit card because I just don't feel like opening a brand new credit card just for reselling is kind of like justified because I'm not that big. And so I just do one, like my personal credit card, because I want the points, and then whatever, I just pay it back.
Okay, so your new business account you open is basically just to where you want your funds and earnings to end up, so you know how much you're making, not necessarily your cost of goods. Because having only 500 items, you can do that yourself. Basically, what you're saying.
Yeah, I could just have it in my Excel, which is why I keep item for item to make sure I know exactly how much I'm spending and obviously getting back.
Yeah. Also, Michelle from Courageously Thriving said she's the one person I remember her name. Imagine if it was wrong. Oh my god! Look at my hair.
Guys, my hair is crazy. I feel like it's crazy hair day today because I didn't even like do it today because I was in a rush. So
okay. No, but I was saying that Michelle said QuickBooks. Michelle, I'm for sure going to be annoying you in your DMs on Instagram, maybe even a call, because I need somebody to help me and teach me, because I'm like struggling with QuickBooks. I can't even say it. QuickBooks. I've watched so many YouTube videos of people explaining it, and I'm still not the best. So I just want to know the easiest way, so I don't overdo it.
I'm a creature of habit and I get scared to try new things. And so I think that's why I use Excel at work as well. So it's just like, I'm scared. And what is Chime about? I see Trisha saying something about Chime.
Yeah, so that's like a banking thing. Like how like Venmo has a banking card now. I think it's like a separate bank.
Oh,
like a banking card or a banking thing.
Yeah. She said we're not credit card people. Okay, so I don't know what it is about it. I'm the type of person that uses credit cards for everything. Like I don't use cash, I don't use debit, but I also pay off my entire credit card every month because I am obsessed with getting like the cash back rewards. I don't know, it's a problem, but like I pay it off. It's just that I like having those little rewards.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Michelle said,
yeah, I have the small business app too. I'm gonna DM her 100%. I'm doing it now.
Yeah. If I ever get tired of Excel, I'll come bug you guys. But speaking of that, I think the reason that we obviously want to know why, how much we're spending and how much we're making, but related to tax season, do you guys do your own taxes or do you guys hire someone to do your taxes? Matt, what do you do?
This like tax season this past like few weeks is my first that I've ever filed taxes on reselling. I mean, technically I've been like, don't repeat it to the IRS, but reselling for like 5 years on and off, like very on and off though. Like I'll take 8 months off and then resell for a month. Like that's what I was doing for 5 years. This is, so I'm learning still. I don't really even know. I was talking to my mom the other day and I was asking her if I can kind of send all my stuff to her family tax guy just to get it off the ground and stuff, you know? And see, do you do your own, Anylu?
So I've always done my own, but this year, I don't know. I kind of want to have someone else do it. Maybe not this year, but maybe next year. I just want to know if I'm doing it like to the best potential, if that makes sense. Like I want to know if when I'm doing it personally, am I getting the most return that I can? And I think in order to do that, I want to go through like somebody that knows, and maybe I could learn a little bit and then potentially do it on my own again. But yeah, usually I do it on my own, but now with reselling thrown in the mix, I'm just like overwhelmed. Like I'm like, I don't know if I'm doing this right.
I know there's a CPA. I almost said CPR. There's a tax guy who's a YouTuber and does only reseller taxes. Nicole State talks about him, so I'm gonna look into that too. But he's probably expensive because he's like.
So his name is Not Your Dad CPA, and
oh yeah.
Because I did look into him. He said that it was like between 400 to 500. So that's what he said, but it was like obviously it's by case. Every case, is different, but he said for something basic it is. Oh my God. I'd be in prison so fast if I did my own because I have no idea what I'm doing. Rebel Rose, like I agree. I feel like I don't feel like I should be in prison, but I feel like somewhere along the taxes that I've done in the past, like I for sure have messed something up. I'm sure.
Am I back?
Yes, you are.
Oh my God, I hate this streamer thing, but it's probably internet. I don't think I've ever had luck in life to ever have good internet, regardless of where I have resided residentially. Seriously, guys, I'm gonna jump out of a window, but not right now. Later.
After the live, just give us another 40 minutes and then you can jump.
Literally. Wait, do you guys, whoever uses StreamYard on here to do stuff, does yours ever do this shit and freeze so much? I literally can't.
Well, I think we proved that point last week when we did it with a different Wi-Fi and it was fine. But
yeah, I just don't understand. I'm gonna get Spectrum to come out here tomorrow.
Yeah, so I don't know. I think this year I'm probably gonna try to do my own, or I don't know. We'll see. We'll have to do an update. Maybe after both of us do our taxes, we can kind of like do another episode and do an updated like what we did with our taxes, like for our first, because you guys, this is our first year for both me and Matt. This is our first year that we're claiming like reselling wages on our taxes. So
yeah,
we'll see. If you guys don't ever see us again, we went to prison for not filing correctly.
I think Orange is the New Black, how like one ended up for ordering shoes online and never returning them and said she didn't get them, and like someone did the taxes thing. It's always a new thing.
What was your mugshot look
yeah.
like?
Oh, for the show?
No, like for prison. What would your mugshot look like?
It would probably be like this. No, my mugshot would probably be like, I'd probably be sleeping or something crazy. What about you?
I feel like I would be crying.
No, you would for sure have like a bridesmaid sack and a crown and a bottle of tequila in your hand, like, woo, mugshot.
I'd be like,
yeah, literally.
But then I'd be crying as well because I'd be so scared. Literally. But anyways, so Matt, I'm very concerned about the fact that you have everything in your house that you haven't listed is not in like some kind of sheet or Excel.
I don't know what to do. Like, what do you think at this point, right? At this point, I'll get your opinion and everyone else's. Knowing that that's the case and I have all the receipts, do you think I should start doing it the way we're saying that you don't want to do it, that like by receipt? Or do you think I should like estimate of where I think I got it? Or like, you know what I'm saying? Because I can't go back in time now, of course, you know, like.
No, I think you just need to start from here on out. Like, I think you should use receipts for all the past stuff. And then from here on out, keep track if you want to. Because if you just want to use receipts, that's fine. You just have to make sure that you're making money, right? Like, I mean, I know you're making money, but what I'm saying is that sometimes it's hard to gauge that if you don't have, that's another important point actually that I did want to talk about, was the fact that if you don't keep track of stuff like that, I think it's really easy to like buy stuff without keeping yourself on a budget of, you know, what you're actually spending, right? Because if you have all this stuff and you just have receipts in the corner, you're like, okay, I think I'm making money. I think I'm making this much money, right?
Yeah. Yeah, and that's when you really have to know, especially when you're making videos and like let's say you have a YouTube channel and you're sharing your journey and stuff, you don't want to mislead people, and that's what I've been trying to do lately, and that's why I really want to get my stuff in check so I can tell people like, yo, like I am making this, I am my process. Imagine if I'm not making any money, the shit that I'm teaching people isn't working clearly, right? Like
Yeah.
I want to know.
Does anybody because I know that a lot of resellers have like their own spreadsheets, or does anybody that's watching have like any recommendation about sheets that they use? Because I know there's, you know, I haven't like looked into using anybody else's sheets just because I like my own, but that could also be an option.
I know a lot of people have the Etsy shop and sell like sheets for $3.
Yeah. Michelle just put some, yeah. So she said, we have another great accountant in the reselling community on IG, Nicole. I cannot say the last name. Coolette. I don't know.
I'm gonna take a picture of that.
Yeah, I'm yeah, definitely. And can you send that to me?
Yeah, I will.
Yeah, that's great.
But,
the thing is, like, I feel like there's so many people on Instagram that we just don't know about that have a lot of valuable information. I think that because we're just starting, you know, we're just trying to like figure it all out. Taxes, I don't understand why we have to do taxes every single year. Like, I get it.
Oh yeah, I've heard of that.
But does anybody else wish that like the taxes was like a different, like there was like a different system and you didn't have to file taxes every single year? Because that's me.
I wish it was something where it wasn't put on like Americans to mess up, like, because clearly you don't want to mess up and most people are good people. But if I mess up and don't either pay enough or whatever, it's not my fault they made the process so confusing. Like literally.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
It has to be easier. Like they know, they keep track of everything, yet somehow we have to file it. Anyways, moving on. So hustle and slow. I haven't heard of that though. She said I don't keep track of every item, but I use it for tracking. Okay. Yeah.
I've heard of hustle and slow. I just haven't heard the name.
Yeah. I keep track of every little thing, like every piece of tape, everything.
Really? Like, I have never kept track of like List Perfectly and the sharing tool that I pay for. Like, how do I know what I've paid for? I know. Yeah. So I need your help, Anylu. Literally.
SOS, like Matt. Oops, this is the wrong way. Matt needs help. We need to get him on this like keeping track of your books thing. When I brought this up, like I was like, hey, this is what we should talk about. Matt was like, and I was like, well, and lack thereof, because I bet there's a lot of people that are in your same boat.
Yeah.
You know? Not everybody wants to keep track of it. It does take time.
Hey Terry, how are you? Terry's in the house. She's a new watcher, I think.
Hey Terry.
But guys, Literally, what was I gonna say about that? Oh yeah. I mean, I for sure know I'm making a good amount of money. The way I gauge on is this: like my same income that I was making before, I wasn't like paying rent and stuff like that. And regardless if I know how much I'm making right now, I have a general idea. It's just not super specific. But like I gauge it on like, did I make my rent this month and this is all I'm doing? And that's how I kind of gauge. And then do I have extra money to spend on food and buy fun stuff and like that kind of thing. But I want more of a disposable income and more of knowing the exact number, you know?
Yeah. No, I agree. I think everyone, like, I think there's room for everybody to improve, but I think that also brings on like another topic of like, I don't know, this is kind of random, but like I always think of like, whoa, okay, so what happens if you just decide to like stop? Like, what would happen if I'm just like, I'm done? Like, what would you do with all of your inventory and all of your stuff, right? Like this random, not
I thought
related
about
to
that before. Seriously.
yeah.
Yeah.
I just think about it because I was doing, when I do my Excel, I'm like, whoa, like I like looking at all of my oldest listings, things like that. And I'm like, what would I do if I literally just stopped? I don't know. Cause at this point, you kind of get to a point where like you've paid off everything, like everything moving forward is profit. So what do you think you would do, Matt? Because you have like a whole apartment full of stuff.
See, right now, you said you have 500 active, right?
Mm-hmm.
Active, I probably have around like 420, 430 around there. But I probably have 1,000 items in my apartment. That's how much isn't listed.
1,000 items.
Yeah. Yeah, for
That
sure.
that literally just gave me anxiety, like thinking about 1,000 unlisted items. You guys comment
No,
how many unlisted items you have.
overall.
Oh, okay.
I probably
So,
have
like,
like 600 unlisted items.
yeah, that's still a lot. So that's
That's
what I think
so
about
much.
sometimes. I'm like, I don't know what I would do with, so I have like 400, so I have 450 active. So that means I'd have to get rid of 450. Like, what would you guys do? I feel like I would just send it to ThreadUp and just like cut my losses or something. I don't know.
Literally, talk about ThreadUp, man. The stuff that sells on ThreadUp, I literally send trash into ThreadUp. I posted on my Instagram story. I made 10 cents off of something that sold.
Yeah.
I know. Terry's saying the same thing I would say to someone. She said, honey, 1,000, list it, please. That's a lot of money. I probably have like a down payment on something in my apartment, like a down payment on like a small down payment on a house at least. Crap. I probably have like 30 grand of sales in my apartment, or maybe a little more. Because the brands that I have are like brands.
Oh, speaking of brands, you guys, I sourced this Patagonia and I'm going to sell it, but I just wanted to wear it because I don't own anything Patagonia. So, hey.
You look like such a Vineyard Vines bitch. We're living for you. We love.
It's just too big for me. So you guys, if anybody wants it, it's a size small.
Oh my God, Anylu, I'm a size extra, extra small. So maybe that will fit me.
Yeah, on your left arm.
Yeah, literally. Oh my God, I'm so jealous of you that your death pile is only 50. Anylu posted on her story the other day, her goal is to get to a point where the only thing on her rack is her last thrift haul. That sounds like a dream. And I know a lot of people say during COVID they want a death pile as secure, like a securement or whatever. Even if COVID happened, I still don't see myself ever wanting a death pile. So hopefully I ever get through this. I have a belief in myself that I will, but after this, man, every time I buy something, I want it listed that day.
Yeah, so that's kind of my goal, is that I only want to have like my last haul on my rack, because for me, it's like so much more fun to go sourcing when I like quote need inventory, because it's not like I know that I'm like, okay, I'm going and I'm gonna be like focused and I need this inventory because I need to list. And then as opposed to being like, is this gonna fit on my rack? Like, is this haul gonna fit on my little rack that's already breaking? On your next video, let us know what you listen.
Should I do a video saying what I listed this week from my death pile?
Yeah, you should do like
Who would watch it? Raise your hand. Oh yeah, like what my death pile is, and then like updates throughout. That's a good series on YouTube.
Yeah,
I'm gonna so do it.
But you can keep our people updated.
Also, do you guys like this sweater I just thrifted this sweater. It looks like a Coogie sweater, but it's not. I paid $20 for it. I have it a week.
It looks good though.
Yeah. You were like this.
It's one of those things that it looks good, but I wouldn't wear it myself.
Looks like the Scooby-Doo van threw up on me, right?
Right. So yeah, I actually did that not that long ago where I went through my inventory and I think I got rid of, I think I must have sent like 30 items or something, or like 20 something items to thread up that I didn't want anymore. But they're taking like 3 months to process things.
Guys, why? I've paid for expedited shipping. I mean, like processing. My stuff processes in 2 weeks.
Yeah, because you pay for it though. I don't pay for it.
Yeah, but it's only like $10.99 though. So like.
Yeah, but if
I don't know. I'm just not a patient.
Yeah, the thing is, like,
you're right.
I want to get the most out of, you know, they already take a pretty heavy commission, I feel like. So I want to get the most out of my commission. I'm not going to pay. I'm just going to like wait. I'll do other stuff meanwhile, you know. What do you guys do? Do you guys send to thread up anymore? I'm trying to figure myself in the phone.
Because I don't care about the stuff I sent in. I made $6 so far. That's it.
I made
25 items have sold.
I made $10 on a shit box that I took out of my own personal closet, and I was like super excited. I'm like, I freaking got $10. Yes, because I was gonna donate that stuff anyway.
I sold like 28 items and made $6. That's it on ThreadUp.
So what is that? Let's see. Let's do the math, guys. I suck at math. So you sold 28 items and you got $6.
28 items and I got $6. Yeah.
So you got 21 cents per item.
That's like laughable. Oh my gosh.
I mean, it's better than 0 cents, right?
True. But I've always been the one to be like, get the higher priced items. Like, that's why most of the stuff I have sold recently is like items over $50 or $60. That's what I've been focusing on, listing out of my death pile first, and then I'll list the lower price items, you know?
Right.
But I used to be listing lower price too, because there's some people that can't afford some stuff, you know? So I want to be marketable to every shopper, if that makes sense.
Yeah. But at the same time, like, I feel like I think the majority of people that sell on Poshmark are those bread and butter brands. So there's nothing wrong with being like a higher end stuff, because that's what people are looking for, you know?
True. You said enough to buy one drink. Well, in LA, at an LA trendy bar or club, some like vodka sodas are $17, guys. Is that crazy?
I feel like drinks here are like $10, $12.
But I want to know, you don't live in California, is that like making you cringe and dying that you would pay for like an alcoholic beverage that's mostly juice and ice $17 just because it's a trend? And yeah.
Dude. Some people,
literally,
I don't
that's
know.
how
Actually, we should ask people. You guys comment what state you're from and what a drink costs in your state, because I feel like that's more than some people's minimum wage in other states. That's more than our minimum wage, actually. But California has a high minimum wage.
What is minimum wage in California now?
14.
15. 14.
Like,
my dad always tells me, I used to make $3.
Can you imagine working an entire hour for 3/4 of your drink?
I would never drink. Literally ever.
I feel like that's what we used to do. Miriam knows when we used to go out clubbing and we were young and like nothing. That's what we used to do. We'd spend all our money on like a couple drinks at the bar.
Yeah, literally, because then that's all we thought where we could get a drink. Like, now we can think we'll spend $20, get a whole bottle, and make 40 drinks out of it. You know, like,
40 drinks out of
I don't
it.
know.
Clearly, you
Yeah,
don't
everybody
drink.
take a tongue dip.
Clearly, you don't drink if you think
Everybody
you can
take
make
one
40
sip.
drinks. Yeah.
Oh my god.
It said.
No, realistically, you could probably make like 12 drinks out of a bottle, right?
Well, it depends. Like, do you want it like heavy, or you want to get drunk, or do you just want to like?
Yeah.
Chill? So that is at happy hour goes for $5 in Florida. So I'm trying to remember. I feel like that's the same happy hour here. You can get drinks for like $5. Yeah. But I remember when we used to go out when we were younger, drinks were actually $5 though. Now it's
like normal
double.
priced.
Yeah, normal price is $5.
Well,
then you could get like $2.
You can go to a place with shitty drinks. And, like, you could go to like a dive bar, obviously, and for a happy hour, you can spend $3 on a shot of tequila, but you're gonna get a hangover. Like it's bad tequila. Like you know.
Oh, you're gonna die.
So there is options available. Don't you love how we just talk about nothing?
We always, guys, just so you know, for the people that are new here, we always have a topic, but then like we get bored of our topic and we just start talking about random shit. So yeah.
But it's also very people have told us that first of all that our jawlines are snatched. Second of all, that they don't tell us that, at least me. But they tell us that we're very like even if we're not talking about fully reselling stuff, it's like a good break from like sitting down listening or working, you know? Oh my god, she said she sneaks in a flask.
Adriana, yeah, I can see that. Go-to is always sneaking a flask.
My brother, my 21st birthday, my brother's really cheap, and on my 21st birthday, we had it at a bar, so he sneaks a bottle of Sky vodka in the bar.
Literally,
and we're like, I hate you.
I hide my flasks like right here. Under, obviously, like this, in my bra.
Oh my god. Your flask was shaped as a lint roller, reseller issues.
And then I was so scared. I'm literally like this, guys, at the line of the security like this.
Oh my god. Also, have you heard of those hidden flasks that you can take into concerts and they're shaped as tampons and you put them in a wrapper that looks like a tampon, but they're literally shots of liquor for each tampon package?
I'm so scared.
I tried one, but I accidentally grabbed a real tampon.
Well, I'm just scared that I'm going to go to jail for sneaking alcohol into somewhere.
Oh my god. I'm afraid I'm going to jail for stealing a puppy because I love puppies and they're all so cute and I don't have a puppy. I really want one, but I'm allergic, so.
Well, you can get a hypoallergenic dog.
I know, I should.
Michelle was talking about minimum wage in Illinois is $15 by 2023. Yeah, we're going to have $15 by 2022, I believe. So yeah, just like one over years have last year's has gone from 10 up to one every year. I think is that like an entire United States thing? Because California did that too.
Well, just so you know, everybody that's watching this, including us, we're all going to be super rich by that year. So it's not like we have to worry about it, right? Let's manifest it.
We're going to be reseller. Reseller.
We're going to have to go to Resellers Anonymous for Resellers thing.
No, you're going to have to go. You're going to have to go to Resellers Anonymous because your apartment's going to fall over because you haven't listed anything.
Oh my god, I love you so much. The pet! Literally, Resellers Anonymous from sourcing, and it's not like I have the intent to list these things. I just want to buy them.
I know. He's addicted, literally addicted to, you might be a lightweight hoarder. You're addicted to sourcing. Okay, so Michelle
I've always been a hoarder.
It's by state. So that's Illinois, California. Both of us are doing that. But Tere said I need a drink now. Well, next week, I mean, you can get a drink, but we usually always have a drink. I'm actually having kombucha today because, guys, I'm going to go to the gym after this. And last week, I went to the gym after our episode and almost puked because I was drinking rosé. And
after like a tree, right? Or a michelada?
I went to the gym and I was jump roping and I was like, I'm literally going to die. So this week, I was like, I'm going to drink kombucha and be good. But usually I do like to have a drink, but I put it in a wine bottle anyways, or wine glass anyways.
Also, can we say one subject about what our subject is actually? I'm thinking, do you guys know if there's like a cutoff to when you can do your taxes for 2021 or 2020, whatever, and like how late you can do it for that year and it still be accepted? I was wondering that the other day.
I just looked this up as well. I forget. You guys remember tax cutoff? Let's see, tax deadline. We're so bad.
Also, everybody was on my live YouTube, and I'm
April
live on YouTube
15th.
for our episode of Reseller Rundown.
Or is it April?
It's
15th?
April 15th.
No, just kidding. I read this wrong. No, it is. It says April 15th, 2021. I don't know. Don't quote me on that, guys. Literally, I just Googled it. Google could be wrong.
Yeah, no, for sure.
And then I'm reading something about it being extended. I don't know, guys. But does anybody know? Oh, yeah. Okay, so it is April 15th that it said. We have one confirmation.
Okay.
Adriana said that too. Okay.
Oh, and you can file for an extension. Yeah.
Adriana, don't tell Matt that. He's gonna file for 3 extensions.
I'm gonna literally procrastinate even more. That's impossible.
On like April 14th, you're gonna be like, I guess I need to file for an extension now.
And I'm like, hey, so my friend told me there was an extension. Can I extend it to 2029, please? Oh my god, that's so good.
Anyways, okay, Matt, it's time for the what?
Am I less blurry now?
Yeah, you're good. You've been good for a while. I wanted to start this thing, but Matt doesn't know about it.
Just do it, YOLO.
So
imagine later I'm like, what did you do?
No, it's just a fun thing. So we're gonna add on to our thing. We can ask each other a question that we didn't know we were gonna ask each other on each live.
Ooh. Okay, I'm ready.
Are you ready? Did you think of the question you were gonna ask me?
Oh, wait, you're going so quick.
That's what I told
Are we asking
you.
it at the same time?
No, you gotta think quick.
Are we asking it at the same time?
No, not the same time. How are we gonna hear each other,
Okay.
Debbie?
That's why you should ask it first so I can think.
Okay. Let me see. What do I want to know about you? Nothing.
You click off.
Okay. No, I'm gonna ask you a would you rather question. Okay.
Okay, I know your question. When did you first knew that you were in love with me?
My boyfriend's gonna come through the door like, what?
Oh my god. Okay, would you rather would you rather go skydiving drunk out of your mind, or would you rather go on a roller coaster drunk out of your mind?
I would rather go skydiving. I feel like I could keep I've never gone skydiving, but I feel like it's like smoother than like a roller coaster.
You can keep it in, not throw it out.
Yeah, like I feel like
this is a roller coaster.
This is a roller coaster, guys. and this.
Oh my god, we just both did that at the same time. What a throwback to yesterday.
Skydiving. Yeah. So I think I'd rather skydiving. Now, would you rather get dropped in the ocean with sharks or get dropped in the river with piranhas?
Well, you would die either way, so what do I choose? I guess sharks because you would die faster. I feel like you would die faster with sharks because piranhas are smaller.
What if it was just one? Would you try like one shark or one piranha?
But have you seen the movie Piranha?
Yeah, but that's because there's a lot of them. Okay, you guys, comment. Come on. What would you guys rather do? Would you rather be in the ocean with a shark or in the river with a piranha? Matt froze, and it's the greatest thing ever. Look at his face. Nobody wants to do a would you rather? I think I would rather. What would I rather do? I think I'd rather go into I think I'd rather do the shark, and this is why. Because I feel like not all sharks, well, I didn't specify shark, but I feel like there's more of a chance for a shark to spare your life than a piranha. I feel like piranhas will definitely eat you no matter what, but a shark might be like, you're not my cup of tea, because they usually just bite you, and then like they're like, I don't like this, and then they leave, right? So like you're more likely
You
to
could
survive.
punch the shark in the nose, though. I've heard that word.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is like they might just bite you and then leave, and then like you'll be missing a leg, but at least with a piranha you won't be missing like an eyeball, you know?
Yo, if a piranha. Woo. Can you hear me now and see me?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know what just gotten into me, people. I said, am I frozen? She said Matt always freezes in like model poses.
You do. I wanted to take a picture, but then you unfroze. You were literally like in the perfect like model pose when you froze.
Wait, what? Tell me.
What?
What do they look like? Do it.
You were like this. No, I can't even do it, but you were like.
Who, me? Gap jeans. I'm on like the new campaign.
Betta said I would rather have a heart attack.
I think time went by so fast today. What? Now we're gonna do the little 10-minute wrap up and recap of what we're actually subjected, what our subject was, however you say it. Yes. So if you guys, when it comes down to it, about what we were talking about keeping up with the books and taxes and all that good stuff, if you do have anything, because I know in the reseller community, everybody's so friendly and they care about people's businesses. I care about you guys. You care about me. I love you. Let me know what you do. And knowing my situation I'm in, what would you do? I want to know your opinion. Would you start from now on, like Anylu said, counting item per item, or would you just kind of like say F it and just keep your receipts, you know?
Right.
So I'm curious. Let me know. I'll message you on Instagram. But yeah.
And also, I think that if you guys have a goal, because we're in taxes, and if you guys have a goal, make sure to like speak it out. We can help you, maybe keep you accountable. We can like DM each other and be like, hey, Matt, can you list your 1,000 items or whatever?
Ooh.
And I think that would be fun to like keep each other accountable for stuff like that. Excuse me.
I have an idea, guys. So we don't have a ton of viewers on this show yet, which doesn't really matter to either of us. We just love talking and sharing what we need to share. Of course, we would want to talk to more people, to hear their stories and their tips and tricks. But what I'm going to do, I think you just gave me an idea, Anylu, about messaging each other. I think I'm going to start a reseller rundown Instagram group message. And for anybody that wants to be a part of it, to motivate each other, to when you're like unmotivated and stuff like that, let me know if you want to join and I'll add you to the chat. I think that could be a great tool for us during the weeks to keep each other motivated. Like I listed 5 items. How much have you listed? Like kick each other's butts.
AKA kick Matt's butt into the air.
I just did this with my arm cracked.
Hey, Matt, pin the comments.
Yeah?
You're slacking.
Personally, I count item for item and enter them in an inventory spreadsheet the day I buy them. But didn't you also use QuickBooks, right? Do you enter your inventory into QuickBooks?
Yeah, so she enters them into the QuickBooks spreadsheet.
See, that's what I need to learn how to use, the QuickBooks spreadsheet, because I'm not on that. I'm only on I just don't know what I'm doing, honestly, in my life. I need help.
in any sense of his life. But
I'm like, everybody, I don't know what I'm doing. Go watch my YouTube.
So what we'll do then is we'll reach out to the people that were on the live, and then if you guys are watching this on the replay though, you guys can also reach out to us and we'll add you to the group, and then maybe we could make our little reseller rundown community where we can just like motivate each other on the times that we're not live, obviously. But all in all, I think that keeping track of your books is super important, but I think that everyone just needs to find their own way of doing it. I think there's like a bajillion ways. And I think that it's nice. Like, I really want to look into the few people that you guys mentioned that have spreadsheets, that have, that are like CPAs and stuff. And maybe we can keep each other, giving each other like tips and stuff. That would be fun and super helpful, because I feel like I don't know anybody on Instagram, if that makes sense. Like, I feel like there's still such a bigger world to discover of like resellers and people that are doing stuff like that. And I would love to be able to find those through you guys. Oh, that's a good point. Michelle said QuickBooks app also tracks your mileage. So, I mean, QuickBooks.
Oh, I did hear that too.
Yeah, QuickBooks sounds like that's where it's at, honestly. If you want to be like a little bit bigger and more professional.
I'm literally, I just created the group chat. I waste no time.
Matt,
so everybody comment your Instagram here.
Matt can never focus on like
ever.
the thing he has on hand. He has to do the next thing.
Oh yeah.
So,
but also I've embraced it at this point in my life. Like, I know that's how I am, you know?
Oh, there's nothing wrong with it. I'm just making a joke out of it.
You're like, no, it's all wrong. Okay, cool. So if you guys want to comment your Instagram below so I can add you to the chat if you would like to be. I've added most of you guys already. There's just a few of you. I don't know your Instagrams. But yes, I think we're going to kind of like slowly sign off here. But thank you guys so much for watching. I think today, even though it was like technical issues too, and we didn't know what we were doing, I feel like this week was one of the funnest weeks so far for me, at least.
Yeah. So thank you everyone also for joining and actually like commenting. Oh, I'm always on the wrong side. On commenting on this side and keeping it lively. We appreciate you guys, or else we would literally be like this, like, so Matt, do you have anything else to say? But you guys make it fun. So. And he would be like distracted, not paying attention to me, and I'd be getting annoyed. So, you know. But anyways, we will see you guys.
Regardless if you learned anything or not, in this tonight, I'm glad we could pull you away to smile and laugh for a minute from your work. And we love you all. And definitely this will be recorded also on YouTube, so you can watch it while you're working if you wanted to look at my crazy sweater and her Patagonia more and, you know, craziness. But yes, do you have anything else you want to say?
Yeah, I was just going to say, I don't think they're going to want to watch this mess again. But, you know, if you guys have any friends that you think might want to watch us, you guys can tag them below.
Like yourself through pain and suffering.
Yeah, literally. But we will see you guys hopefully next week, Wednesday, as always, 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. We appreciate you guys all. And we'll see you guys in the Reseller Rundown chat on Instagram. Okay, guys? Bye.
Yes, thank you guys. We'll see you soon.